Bam! Going live. Welcome to the stream tonight, everybody. Yeah. Active Bar Car Pro Se Legal School. We provide the bar car. Welcome to the stream. Tonight we shooting from an undisclosed location in the hotel room of undisclosed location. And as long as you guys don't get too rowdy, I think we'll be fine. I'm not used to not having my stuff, and well, we did the best we could with the light. I hope you guys can see me. It's still kind of dark in here, but we're looking good. You know how we're making it work with what we got because we're willing to do whatever it takes. So that's where we're at. So welcome to the stream tonight. So tonight we're going to talk about the two tickets. Yeah. I know this sounds bad, okay, but well, one of them is stupid, and one of them is, was having a medical emergency. I think we'll get to that. Yeah, this one is the one I got from the sheriff deputy a couple of weeks ago, from a sheriff deputy. Now, I never, in Lawrence, Kansas, well, actually in Douglas County, I've never been treated with disrespect in 40-something years that I've lived in Douglas County by a sheriff deputy. And, it makes me wonder what is the difference between the training between the police department and the sheriff's department. Because now, I'm not saying all police officers are nutty, okay, or nothing like that. So don't even get started on that. But you know what? There is a difference in the culture, in my opinion. And so anyway, so we'll talk about that last. But this is the one that I got today from Officer Moore, or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. From Officer Moore in Greensburg, Kansas. And it was quite an interesting situation. He pulled me over and I was driving my wife's black minivan, and the windows are tinted. I always roll the windows down so the officer can see what's in there, whatever, to make sure they know that I'm concerned about my safety as well as theirs. And when he actually approached the driver's door and actually saw me, I know. I don't think he was expecting to see a black man or something. I don't know. I don't know what was the problem, but he started talking to me like really loud, not a yell, but and close enough for me. I looked at him, and while I was getting my stuff together, I looked at him, and I just said, why are you talking so loud? And I said it in a nice way because, I don't know, maybe there was somebody else. I don't know. I couldn't. I told him I'm 65, and I can still hear really well. So then he said, "Oh no, it's the road noise or whatever." But the whole time that we had the conversation, he talked audibly louder than I would have if I was him, and I'm bigger than him. But anyway, so we started talking, and I gave him my, you guys know, I gave him my passport, and he wasn't happy with that. He wanted to know, if I had a driver's license. I told him, no, this is what I use to identify myself. Oh no, if you drive, you need to have a driver's license, and so, I told him, like, look, I'm not arguing with you, well, I could take you to jail if you don't have a driver's license, he kept, he threw that on the table like probably 5 or 6 times, Well, after the first time, I like that you can just take me to jail if you want to, this is kind of bad to say, but it wouldn't be the first time I've been to jail. That's not good to say to a cop. That's what I told him. He kind of looked at me, and he still, Oh, so then we got started on the insurance, whatever, and the insurance in the glove box, but I had my desktop in the front on the floor there, and I couldn't open the glove box. So I know, dude, I can go around there and pull that shit open if. I said, but if you look right there on the bottom of the registration, at the very bottom of the registration, it says that the insurance is, and the vehicle's pretty new, so there's no way they're going to let. But I'm not I'm trying to tell you how to do things or nothing. Oh, so just go back and run my stuff. If you want to arrest me, just let me know and give me a second to get out because I'm old. So he went back and then he came back again, and then he wanted to know where I lived, what my address was. And I told him, I said, no, what I gave you is what you have to work with. Well, if I'm going to write a citation, I need to know an address or whatever. And I mean, look, the address is on the registration. Well, that's not your name. No, it's not. Is this your van? It's not stolen. I don't think it's stolen. Oh, yeah. So, I didn't record the whole thing, especially after he started talking to me like he was yelling because, well, when I'm working with superheroes, I was going to meet with a superhero, which is either one of my kids that I watched be born or one of my foster kids that I bossed around for a while. But anyway, I don't really get wrapped up in the police stuff then. I mean, I didn't really have a whole lot of, but I didn't want to. Okay, so here's how it goes. When the police are messing with you on the side of the street, or any time, what it comes down to, how much time you're willing to spend. Okay, that's what it comes down to. How much time are you willing to spend there, or wherever, even if it's going to court later, jacking them. That's what it comes down to. And so that day, I wasn't willing to spend a lot of time. I wasn't willing to spend more time than I absolutely needed to because I needed to be someplace where someone counted on me. So anyway, I got the ticket right here. On Monday when I get things all back ready to go, I'll figure out how to address that. And but the interesting thing was the dialogue that the officer had. And his name was Officer Moore, and he was in Greensburg, Kansas. And one of the things he said 3 or 4 times was, "This is my part-time gig." And he talked really fast and loud. It was very unusual. I've been stopped a lot. Oh, okay, that didn't sound good. Yeah, I've been stopped a few times. And I've never been stopped by an officer to act like this officer did. And then he started giving me legal advice. He's telling me, Mr. Neighbors, if you don't have a driver's license on you, if you don't have a driver's license while you're driving, then you could get arrested and hire patrol. If you don't have a driver's license, you can't identify yourself, then they're going to arrest you. I said, well, I'm not trying to argue with you, Officer Moore, but I did identify myself. Yeah, but you need to have a driver's license, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I said, but I think my passport card, especially the way it's filled out with 5 stars, provides diplomatic immunity. Now, most people wouldn't agree with that who aren't educated or know. But I'll put it to you a different way. When you're comparing the passport card to the driver's license, okay, that passport card, I can use that card to travel to any foreign country that's connected to us that I don't have to fly to. And I'm pretty sure you can't use a driver's license for that. Now, if I have to fly, then I have to get the paper passport. So I think the passport carries more weight, but, sometimes people don't understand. And he looked at me and he said, you seem to know some things. Yeah. And then I whipped out my book I don't have the right book here because I don't have my stuff. I whipped out my girlfriend's book, and I actually have the lawsuit that I filed against the police department just in case it came up that there was a warrant out for my arrest. Yeah, yeah. So I had the book, but I didn't have the lawsuit. I actually have a copy of it in the glove box, but it was blocked shut. So that was a minor thingy situation on my part. So I gave the officer the book. I said, you know what? Here, you can have a free copy of my book. It's not a gift. It's actually our book. It's not a gift. And he looked at me, not you, but me and her. So he took the book and he went back and then he was back there for about 5 or 10 minutes or 8 minutes or something. And then he came back and he said, what's your story? I said, oh, Lord. Maybe I should have just kept the book over there or something, whatever. And so, so I looked at him and I said, well, to keep it short, the police in Lawrence harassed my family. And he says, oh, you wrote this? No, my wife wrote that. I co-wrote. I co-helped put stuff, My name's on there, right? Oh, and then I asked him, so what town is it? He said, Greensburg, Kansas. Oh, Greensburg. Oh, the federal prosecutor from that book grew up here, I think, if I remember correctly. He's like, oh, yeah, I saw her picture on the back. Oh. He was too young to know her, I think, and if he was in law enforcement, then he couldn't be doing that if she dragged him through the mud, Yeah, but that was an interesting conversation. So he told me he was going to go back and get the book off of Amazon or whatever because he was real thrilled. But it's really funny. When he approached me, the first thing he said was, "Oh, I got you. You crossed the white line, and you were going 38 in a 30, and you didn't signal, and there was one other thing he said I didn't do." And I was thinking, what the hell? Where the hell did he come from? How could he have seen all that shit? Because there wasn't nobody around. Oh. And so I looked at him and I said, wow, that's a lot of stuff. I wonder if I'm going to jail. So 4 or 5 times during the conversation, he said, oh, I'm not taking you to jail, Mr. Neighbors. I could take you to jail, but I'm not trying to be, And then at one point he said when we were, he saw the book, and then I guess I wasn't like the criminal, or I don't know what was in his head. He didn't see me before he pulled me over, so I wasn't driving while I was black thing because he didn't see me. It was after the fact. I had to figure out some initials for that. For that. But he chilled out after we started talking, but he still talked really loud the whole time, and it was almost like he was trying to solve. I mean, they the fear of going to jail. I'm like, dude, I don't have time for it today, but next week I'll come speed through here. Oh wait, I was going 38 and a 30, and before that it was 40. So I was going just one under 40, and I came around the corner in this little funky town, and there was this big pretty hotel. I was like, dang. I wonder if I should stop now. No, and then that's when there was the sign that I allegedly missed. So, yeah, it sounded like a damn trap. Now that's the only nice thing in the town, and they got a speed sign right before you get to it. Yeah, but we'll figure out how we're gonna handle that. Now, this situation right here is driver ticket that I got. An officer alleged I was going 70 miles an hour in a 50, and the speed limit for the area is actually 55. But I don't know how fast I was going because I don't have his equipment. But what I do know is, well, you got to kind of work it the best you can, okay? So I told him I'm not saying anything to incriminate myself. But, I think I was having a medical emergency. And he looked at me and he said, well, Mr. Neighbors, do you need me to call an ambulance? No, but when you go back to the car, I'm going to be moving around. I got this ball right here. I need to use it. I need to. Oh, he's like, all right, I just want you to know so you don't think nothing fishy is going on, whatever. And so he went back to the car. He stayed back there for a long time. And so I was sitting there thinking, damn, I'm just lying. Okay, well, I need to make those lies stick. So I pulled my workout bag. I always keep a water bottle in my workout bag. Pulled my workout bag out, took the lid off, and I poured that water on the ground. I'm trying to get that in me, and he came back and gave me a damn ticket anyway. He was not having it. So, I read the ticket, and the way they do things here is pretty crappy. Okay, so now in this case it's a sheriff's deputy, okay, but they still have the same problem. It's not a severe problem as the police, but it's still the same problem. They signed the citation. It violates the separation clause in the Constitution. Okay? Once they sign it, because they work in the executive branch and not the judicial. Judicial branch is the one supposed to sign a summons. This is a summons. They call it a citation, a ticket, whatever the hell. And so when they sign this, they immediately violate the separation clause in the Constitution. Okay, but, and then there's other issues with it. And the way they do this, if you get a misdemeanor ticket in municipal court, then they send it, or if you get a ticket in municipal court, they send it over to the prosecutor's office over here. And then if they can, how can I put this? If they can intimidate you to extort money from you to get you to pay for a statute, bullshit, that's not even a valid law, then they will. Or if you did something, if you hurt somebody, or like in my case, got jammed up for assault and nobody was hurt, then they take it. They take it and they send you a criminal complaint. Okay, this is the first one that they're supposed to be going by. But when they get you in the system, they do the little thingy, and then they decide they want to take you over there in the state court, or they want to take you over to the fake court. But they're both fake because they're administrative in nature, so one is faker or less faker. Okay, I better stop saying that because it's going to sound like I'm saying something else. Okay, so I read this whole thing. It's kind of long. Every single word on it. This is the only way that you're going to learn how to do this stuff, is to read every word on it. And way down here on the very, very bottom, it makes a reference to a warrant being issued if you don't show up to answer to the complaint. So if there's no complaint, then they don't. So I don't know. So I went back down there. I was just down there the day before doing some stuff. And so I went back down there, actually 2 days prior. And I went back down there to ask the dude about this, and he forgot who I was. And so I told him that the sheriff deputy gave me, I'm supposed to show up at court tomorrow. So I just wanted to know, I haven't received anything in the mail, if there's a complaint been issued, and who the judge is, or whatever. And so the dude looked, and he didn't remember me because we got into it. Oh, I was dressed down, and I was painting and stuff, so yeah, I looked like a worker. So he looks at me, and he's typing, okay, sir, let me look it up. What's your name? And I said, it's Guy Neighbors. And he, oh, Lord. That's actually, okay. I'm thinking in my head, dude, you got to be a lot cooler than that. You're killing me right now, okay? And when he said that, I already knew that he knew who I was or whatever. So anyway, I just played it off. So let me go back and check. So he went back, and he was gone like 5 or 10 minutes, and he came back. And he said, we can't find it, whatever. And I said, well, I just want to make sure because I ain't trying to miss this. You already know I have some trouble over there, Oh, no, let me go check one more place, And he came back again, and he says, we don't have the ticket. We don't have the ticket in our records, and there's no court date for you tomorrow. There's no ticket and no court date. So he looked at me funny like, oh, get the hell out of here. He didn't have to say that shit twice. Oh, out the door I went. Yeah, my best friend said, oh, that seems fishy. Did you get it in writing? Oh, no. You should have seen that dude running around back and forth. Trying to figure out, because, they don't look at this shit till the last day. They don't look at it because everybody, they do the same thing. Everybody don't look at it till the last day. And so I wanted them to look at it the day before the last day because I wasn't trying to, be late on anything. So they said ticket wasn't in there. They couldn't find it. We don't know where it is, and we don't know you. We'd like you to get on out of here. And this is the YouTube video that I put together. Welcome to the show tonight. Monique, Dustin, well, I understand that. I'm just talking about the training and the culture because I know that the county sheriff deputies, they have a whole different attitude. I don't know. I'm sorry, they have a whole different attitude. Yeah, so the passport application and it's actually called diplomatic immunity process is provided in most of the packages, and I provide that free. It wasn't something that I put together. That was something that came from Cowboy in California, and then he sent first part of it, and then somebody else sent the actual PDF showing how to do it all, and it's pretty powerful. You can ask my wife, my girlfriend, girlfriend. It's pretty powerful because she's been with me when they and oh, that first video that I posted with, maybe there's a warrant out for your arrest. I started laughing, just like I do, because I just want them to make sure they got the full picture. And they haven't bothered me, so I think that passport application and doing that process is well worth it. If I had children or even family members that were young adults, I would make sure that they get that and get it done. Officer Moore was really upset that he couldn't find me in his system, and I was glad he didn't, because I think if he found out I had a warrant for my arrest, oh, I don't know. You just never know how it works out. I was going to work out. But what I do know is that I'll be like, well, y'all need to relax. Y'all ain't need to do none of that. We don't need none of that. Just relax. Okay, guys, thank you for the value sharing your time. That bar card's on the website. Welcome to the show, Gina, and welcome back. Well, I don't know how to help you there, Jen. Yeah, well, I didn't want to educate him anymore because like I said, I need to stay focused on the program, and it wasn't spending 4 or 5 hours there and then having some more people to sue. Now, I'm going to put together a letter that I'm going to send to these people over here. It's kind of like it's going to be like a notice of claim letter, but I think I'm going to call it. It's going to be a please be advised letter or something like that. And when I get that put together, I'm going to put it on my website. It's going to be in the $25 range, like the bar card. Yep. And then I'm going to set it up so that when you think the cop's going to when you hand the cop your driver license, or excuse me, when you hand the cop your ID or a driver license, if you don't have your ID and you only have a driver license, it don't matter for this. I would hand them that document too, and let them know that you're going to need them to sign that if they expect you to sign. Oh, you never know. And I don't know. Maybe there was something about my medical emergency. Some kind of reason a ticket ain't there. Oh, but probably best not to get yourself jammed up. To take care of that medical emergency situation before it becomes an emergency. That's my coaching for you guys, okay? We coaches don't have to follow that stuff. We're like dads and parents. They tell the kids to do stuff, but they don't have to do it. Thank you guys for the value sharing your time. Get over and make your donation for that bar card. Invest in the program.